to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. The New York Times Dealbook Summit in New York City, Jassy, stated that it's difficult for the company to determine what content crosses the line to where Amazon doesn't make it available to consumers. Quote, as a retailer of content to hundreds of millions of customers with a lot of different points of views, we have to allow access to those points of views, even if they are objectable and they differ from our particular viewpoints. He also stated that making decisions about what content to take down is more straightforward in some cases, such as when it actively incites or promotes violence or teaches people to do things like going after kids. Dozens of celebrities, public figures, as well as Jewish organizers and the Nets have called on the company to take down the film or add a disclaimer offering an explanation as to why the documentary and related book are problematic. Amazon told the newspaper earlier this month that it would look into adding a disclaimer on the documentary's main page, but that hasn't happened. The Seattle based company did not reply for requests for comments sent by the Associated Press earlier this month on whether it would add a disclaimer or not. Jassy, who was Jewish, stated that Wednesday that Amazon has employees that flag content, but scaling that more broadly could be challenging. Quote, the reality is that we have a very expansive customer review. For books with a lot of attention, especially public attention, customers do a good job monitoring other people. Kyrie Irving was suspended by the Nets on November 3rd after he refused to issue an apology that NBA Commissioner Adam Silver sought for posting a link to the film. He returned after issuing an apology. More than 2 weeks later, he missed 8 games. Color me surprised when I see this, and I don't see Shaq. I don't see a Charles Barkley. I don't see what was it, Stephen A. Smith. I don't see a lot of these individuals. I don't see a lot of these black men, right? Or I don't see the outcry from all of these warriors, right? I don't see nobody really trying to come down on Amazon, right? I don't see none of these individuals talking about. I don't see Shaq like, yeah, man, these guys are idiots. I'm about to cancel my subscription and get my stocks out of there and get whatever else that represents me and my branding directly off of that platform because of what they're doing to the Jewish people. Oh no, 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 no. Shaq ain't saying that. Shaq ain't trying to do that, right? You don't have Charles Barkley sitting up there saying that either. You don't have any of the most boisterous people that I've seen on Twitter for the duration of the time that Kyrie was the very main headline. He was just news everywhere. Why? Because he's a black man. People deemed what he said or did as the wrong thing, and they're able to brand that and make money off of it. Like I told people before, everything, whenever it comes to a black man being up there for something negative, it's about branding. This is why I tell people you have to think about you got to expound. You got to go beyond infinity and beyond. You got to sit up there and look past all of this, and you got to figure out why is it that the news will never put out or try to make money off of black men doing anything positive in society. But they always want to showcase, quote unquote, the negative, and they want to make this one guy the poster child for every single thing negative. Like I said before, and then to have black men jump on the bandwagon and try to condemn this man so that they can seem better than or higher than this guy in proximity is 100% crazy. 100% crazy. The only thing that it basically shows that no matter how much money any of these black celebrity men basically have, that they are still controlled, that they still have a quota that they have to sit up there and meet. And if they don't meet that quota, then guess what? You're not going to be as famous. You're not going to get so many deals. You're not going to get so many women. You're not going to be in the limelight. You're not going to have this. You're not going to have that. That's all that, in a sense, is realistically telling me. Now, to the rest of the Caucasian people out here, And to the Jewish community, where y'all at when it deals with Amazon? Y'all were all boisterous. Y'all were all talkative when it specifically came down to Kyrie and disagreeing with it. Y'all wanted to make him the poster child for the documentary as if he wrote it, created it, produced it, edited it, did the video and everything for it. Y'all wanted to really make it seem as though this was Kyrie's baby, and it wasn't. So now after everything is said and done, right? Kyrie did what he had to sit up there and do so that he can, keep making money, which is understandable. I got it. He took his stance, right? He basically showed people exactly what it was, and then he went back to doing what he normally does, right? I have no problem with that because he did what he was supposed to do. But for everybody else, are you going to try to make Amazon the poster child? Are you going to try to brand them in some type of way? Are you going to come out with, 6 to 8 different rules sitting up there stating Amazon in order for them to get back in your good graces? They have to fulfill all of these things. Are you going to force them to make an apology, on the news? Are you going to have people asking, are you anti-Semitic and why would you do this and why would you and what are your views? Your views are you going to do that to Amazon? Are you going to do that to the people that own Amazon? No, you're not. Are you going to do that to the people on the board of Amazon? No, you're not. Like I said, I keep telling people that all of this is nothing but a game. It's used for certain types of reasons. Case in point, just do a little bit of research, as I keep telling people to do. The moment in time that Kyrie was made the poster child for hate, right? During that whole month or what have you, those weeks, month, whatever it was, what news was not getting talked about? What news was not put directly in the forefront? What information that should have been given by the media was not specifically given because they wanted to push this? Like I said, I look at this the same way I look at the incident when it dealt with Britney Spears. During the time that Britney Spears was going crazy and all this other type of stuff, there was an oil spill that took place that didn't nobody know about because the whole world was focused on Britney Spears. And that oil spill during that timeline, that was during the same time that we had a lot of other oil spills. But like I said, people don't know about a lot of things because they lack the energy to actually do the research. They will only deal with the things that are specifically being fed to them versus looking outside of that plate and going to sit up there and forage and pick their own different types of foods. Like I said, this is why I always continuously state that a lot of people are just gluttons for punishment. And the main reason that, in a sense, dealing with health, that people suffer from diabetes and all these negative things is due to the fact of the things that people decide to ingest. Right. So if you ingest sugary contents that, seem good, that smell good, that taste great, but they're doing horrible things to your insides, yet again, that is directly on you because it is up to you at the end of the day to look for an alternative to the foods, aka the information and the knowledge, right, that you are seeking. Never just deal with base level information. Always seek out and want to get more information. Always want to question and go for more information. The same child that everybody used to be, where we used to question and we used to critique and we used to always want to know more. Go back to that. Being an adult, go back to that. Because the moment in time that you stop is the moment in time that we have a world like we have at this moment in time. And this is why everything is able to happen and why the governments and the politicians are able to get away with oh so much because they can use divisive and divisionary tactics in order to separate you, right, from the critiquing version of you, the questioning version of you, the you that wants to actually know more, because that's the main thing that they are afraid of. If people just technically shut up and just do their jobs every single day, the people that are there, they're completely fine and dandy because you're not going to question nothing. The moment in time that you want to question to seek out more information, that's when they start getting clenched butt cheeks because they know that it's very hard to actually hide a lot of information. But the easiest way to hide information is in plain sight. And Kyrie also pointed it out to a lot of people. But people missed all of that because they wanted to focus clearly on something else.